Hey graders, how's it going? Steve here. I'm just going to make this quick video, probably going to be long, let's be honest, about how I check my cards for grading, how I check my modern cards for grading mainly. I got a few questions on Instagram just asking me, and just the things that I do, the checks, just how I do it. And I can't really explain to people in like text form how I do it. So I'm just going to make this video so I can always just link it to anyone that asks that question because it's pretty common. So right here, I got a PSA 8 Alakazam. The cards I'm going to show you in this video, they're all worth like under $20. So this Alakazam in any condition, 1 to 10, 20 to 30, whatever, I will grade. But this is an 8. I graded this. Let's figure out why it's an 8 real quick. So we see it's got some pretty nasty edgeware all through here. And it's got some dents. You can see some dents going through. So you see here with the other light. Maybe I should turn that light on. Let's do that. Oh, that's way better. Get up mid-video. Okay. So yeah, it's got some edge dents right at the top here. This is gonna be a long video with some zoom ins, some zoom outs. Probably gonna flip the camera accidentally a whole bunch. Okay, a whole bunch of boxes just fell over. That'll be fine. All right. It's got a bend here as well, so that's why it's an 8. So it's very important to check your cards. On a card like this, you'd always send it no matter what. But on this stuff I'm about to show you, these are my rejects, the cards that I didn't grade from one of my latest submissions. So let's have a look. So this one here, right away, I didn't grade it. Now, I'll show you what it is. Just a Mega Tyranitar Saber. Look at this red boy in there. But I didn't grade this, obviously. It's not worth grading with any damage. You can see, but so right away, got a dotted edge right at the top there, all down the card. This is a brand new card, maybe 2019, so it's 3 years old, but still, it just comes out of a normal pack. It's a basic GX, but you got scratches rolling all the way down and down. Pretty hard to see. You need to have a harsh light, and right in the middle here, probably a dot. Now this would grade like a 7 to 8. I can imagine this card in a 7 to 8, not that special, so it's whatever. I'm going to go through every card I have here. So we got a Pikachu Zekrom. It might take me a while to find why I pulled these out. Had a little bit of a look, but on these cheap cards, you can't deny any reasons to send them. Here we go. Just some edge at the top. I'll try my best on focusing and everything, but I'm not very good at this camera stuff. There we go, right at the top there. Just a little bit of edgeware. A little bit on the corner, a little bit there. That might be enough to drop it to 9.5 corners, if I'm going with CGC. If that's 9.5 edges or 9.5 corners, and the centering's not up to par, you can see it's a little bit thick on this side, I don't want to submit this. I don't want to send this and get a 9.5. I want to get a high chance at 10s in every card I send. So we can sell that raw. We can find a way. Maybe get some money back, maybe lose a little bit. So we don't want to send cards with little dots. This one here, I pulled it away. Check it real quick. This is a nice one. Some of these modern cards, it's near impossible to find. I'm guessing I'm going to move these out of the way so it doesn't focus on them anymore. You can see here, just along the top, there's some rough, little bit of edgeware. I don't want to risk that. Another Pikachu Zekrom. I've sell these in pristine 10. A little bit. Perfect 10, I had one. It's off like $200. I mean, people like the cards when they're perfect, but you can never get perfects if you don't submit perfects, I guess. This one here. Big, crazy scratch that goes up there. You can just see it now as the light comes across. I mean, that's pretty bad. Right there. Now, to the untrained eye, just look around. Yeah, it looks pretty mid. No edgeware. I'll send it. I don't need to check it that hard, but like, if you want to be a pro, you gotta find that stuff, man. This card here, some of it's pretty obvious, like edgeware is the easiest to see, but finding that little bit of damage or dent is another one, just like it. A little bit of scratch that goes up. Obviously, a lot of these Tag Team GX cards probably have the same issues, but another Sableye. Tyranitar, this one looks to have some edgeware at the top. Oh, this is another big problem. Big, nasty problem. Right there above the Pokeball. You can see here, just on the tip of my finger. I have a pen here. I'm going to try and not draw on the card, but just at the tip of the pen, you can see that dot. That's a dent. Now, people call it a pinhole indent, I guess, because it's like the size of like a pin. But whatever it is, it's ugly, and it'll drop your grade. Honestly, I think if you send it to PSA, they wouldn't catch it. With CGC, 9 times out of 10, they will catch that. Probably put you to like a 9, 8 on surface maybe, and that's not good. And you don't want that. So this one here, this is the one of ones, it's got bad centering. You want to try and avoid. It's the one thing you can like easily control within seconds to find. Cards with bad centering, you don't want to try that, because if it has any other flaws, you're just in a world of hurt. Now, this is actually quite sad, because this card seems to have no other damage unless I'm just blind. But I'm getting pretty good at picking these cards up. So there's another one. There's a big issue on the Sun and Moon GXs having bad centering. So it's probably why these were put to the side. It's very unfortunate. Beautiful Glaceon promo. Checking the fronts is like one of the last things I do. And on cards like GX cards, I really don't check the fronts that much. I do like a once over to make sure there's no crazy bends or anything, but you can see all that on the back. But the reflective nature of the front, it makes it like near impossible to even find anything sometimes. So that's the part where you just got a chance. So this one here, just a little bit of baby edge around the top, but I think this is like a $2, $3 card. It's so cute. But I'm not going to risk it with that edgeware. I just can't. I don't want that card a 9. I think it's going to be worth less than the grading cost if I get a 9. I know it might seem I'm being too harsh, but I've graded a lot of cards and I've seen it happen. You get like a 9 centering and a 9 edge, and suddenly you got a 9 card. So this is probably another Ray, slightly better centering this time around. You can actually pull it up. You see how the difference in centering. In the border thickness, you can see just how this black border here, if you just trace that, you can see how that's more to the left here and it's like more to the middle. I'll try and get them straight. The difference is crazy. So that's probably the difference between like 8.5 centering and like 9.5 centering, to be honest. But why did I pull this out of the stack? If I can't find the issue, I'll just move on. But there's definitely something here. These cards have very good edges, it seems, though. Just centering. So immediately I can see a little bit of there's that edge right at the top. Now generally when I'm buying generally when I'm buying modern cards, they're usually always good, but I always have to check them. Whether the card's 1 cent or $20, $30, $100, $200, I'll always check. So this one here, see if we can pick this up. Right there, you can see it just coming up top. Just right there. Follow the pen. Around this on the Pokeball, the white part. It's bad. Some bad scratches. I mean, it's not going to grade very well. What's going on here? Another Glaceon. Now, I pulled out way more cards out of my recent. I think I had like 2,000 cards I checked, and over like maybe 800 of them weren't good enough to grade. So these aren't everything, but these are the ones I just wanted to show because they have a little bit more obvious flaws. That like there's things that I can see in real life that doesn't pick up on camera. Like this Eevee probably has it. I can't see anything, but that's fine. This one here, just the edge at the top. It's the easiest thing to check for, edge wear and centering, because it just shines. Like it's just so obvious. Don't grade cards that look like this. No matter how pretty they are. If it's less than $10, just try to move it raw. Get your money back. Because there are buyers for these cards, even though they're $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. The people, they don't want to do the effort. They don't want to put in this effort of like finding the best condition ones. These non-holo gym promos, in my experience, always have such bad edge wear. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just terrible. the whole top. Hope that's focusing for you. I'm doing my best. I just have like some Samsung phone to do all these videos, so it's the best I got. What is this? Charizard GX? Awesome card. I probably sold, I don't even want to know, probably 200 of these graded. Sometimes I get cards that I'm not sure on. But, okay, I found it. Here we go. Nasty little dent right there. Oh, let's zoom in right on the dent. You can see, this is how the graders look. They're looking through a loop, which shows the pattern of the card. That shows everything. They can see this clear as day when they're going through these cards. PSA graders, maybe not. But blue label graders, they will find. Trust me. There's a reason why there's a lot of 8.5s, and that's because people don't know how to check their cards. You can't see those dents if you don't have like a good light or whatever. Okay, but they are there. I don't know what this is. So this seems to be some line that goes through the card here, but it's not an impression. It's like a... I'll trace it with the pen, actually. It goes like... Follow the tip of my pen, just above it. Just above it, just like there. I hope I don't draw on the card, but... You can see it. I don't know what that is. Doesn't go through to the front, but that is definitely going to hurt your grade. So whatever that is, some sort of... You can see it goes all the way around. But that's not normal, so we don't grade a card with that damage. We don't even chance it. There we go. Whatever this is. I don't know what to call this, because you can't feel this. It's like underneath the actual texture, but this is something that I never submit. It looks like a dent, but there's nothing there. I rub my finger over, I can't feel anything. But like the backs of these cards are so soft, and stuff like that, whatever it is, it's just damaged it during the printing process. Just can't chance it. Beautiful Flareon GX. Another Flareon GX. This is what happens when you buy like 30, 40, 50 of the same card. That would be, in all terms and purposes, a mint card if it wasn't graded, but unfortunately it is going to be graded. Now this is another bad one. You got to look out for these. This is actually a dent. Call this a fingernail dent. Looks like someone like put their fingernail on it. And yeah, I would not send a card like that. Cards like, I think this one's like 400, 500 yen. Getting to the last few, if you got this far, just, I know this seems stupid, just pre-checking cards, right? Everyone knows how to do it, but like, do they? Do we? Do we actually know how to do it? I mean, I have a really high CGC10 rate, and I've always had much higher than normal, but I feel like it has something to do with like the pre-checking process. So right here, right above the M, you can see that pinhole dent. I'll get my little pen buddy just at the tip of the pen. Requires a GX. You might be thinking, why is he graded than that? Well, because I want to. That's why. Don't really know what's going on here. A few more tag teams. We got a few more cards left. Just 4 more cards. This is a nice one. So we got this EX card. Blasty boy. Looks to be some damage on that top edge. You can just see, even like shining a light without looking at edgeware, you can see how it like digs into the card. Sad, because this is a nice card. The boxes of these come out of like $2,000 each now, so. But the reason why I didn't pick this is because it has a scratch that rolls down the middle. You can see that there. There we go. Near impossible to see. I understand. Watch this in 4K if you can. But there we go. Doesn't go through to the front, so it's very sad. You know, I only bought one of these, I think, and just damaged. But it is what it is. This card here, A little bit of edgeware at the top, obviously. We've been through that. We don't send cards with any edgeware if it's a modern card. If it's cheap, edgeware at the top. If we can buy it easily, we do not send it with edgeware. We do not send it when it's damaged. Repeat after me. This one seems to be fine. Oh, no, sorry. I didn't even look up there. Oh. After checking so many cards, you got to make sure you have a break. Do like 100 at a time. Because you will start missing things. They start to all blur. But there you go. Right at the top there. Use a black surface as well when you're checking cards. So this is going to look weird, but against a black surface, all the edgeware always shows up much easier than versus a white surface. Like maybe if I got this shipping thing, you can just tell. You can just tell it's there. It's maybe on these cards not as much, but on an old back card, it's really obvious. So, you know, there's the video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.